Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I guess this is the week for lives because I have been doing so many lives on all my other platforms. Hi, guys. I am Lisa and welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't done a live on YouTube in ages. Hold on. Get my matcha. Yeah. Matcha, matcha. I'm on a matcha kick, as you all can see by the videos. This is not my first rodeo with matcha. I've been doing matcha for years. It's just lately, like this going into summer this year, I've just umped it up a little bit. There's a shortage I hear on matcha, and matcha prices are going up. So yeah, but I go through matcha a lot, so I do buy it. I do buy it, but but yeah. I just finished doing a live on TikTok. And when I was at the farmer's market, I did a live for the business. And I should do a live for everybody. It takes time, guys. It takes time. So yeah, it is Friday. It is Friday evening. It is around 7:32 p.m. and it's so boring. I'm so bored. You ever get that feeling like you're just bored out of your mind, kind of bored? There's nothing good coming on TV. That's number one. Um, and I'm not in the mood to watch anything. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood to watch anything. I have my crochet over there. I'm almost finished with the project. I don't feel like getting up to show you guys, but I'll just show you like, yeah, over there. So it's on that couch, and actually there's like two different projects over there. One of them I'm almost finished, but I don't like the way that it turned out. I should have, but it's my first time making clothes for myself, crocheting. I'm used to the scarves, simple stuff, scarves and hats, and just last year started getting into making little toys and expanding my skills in the hat, different kinds of hats. But to make stuff for myself is isn't that something that when it comes to ourselves and our business, we don't put in 100%, at least. I need to get out of that mindset, you know what I mean? Because I do it for everything else, everybody else, but for me, but I think a part of my mind is also saying that I need to lose the weight. So, but then a lot of these could be adjusted or not. So it all depends. And yeah, but I like the process. We should always be learning. We should always be learning. So this is like challenging myself to make the clothing. And, but yeah, and different kinds because I have a skirt over there and then there's different processes in crocheting. And then, but yeah, and I'm like, when am I gonna wear these? And I'm like, some of it was supposed to be for the summer and maybe one for the fall. One of them, it went, I don't want to frog it. I don't, but I did want other panel. Oh God, it's like, I think I may have to get up to show you guys because as I'm talking about it, hold on. Showing you guys the ceiling. But anyway, hold on. Because my phone is charging as well. Okay. So if you go on my Instagram, you will see that I made this skirt. It looks super huge, but let me put this, let me put this here. Hold on, because it's on the charger. So yeah, so it's like this, but it has to be, yeah, I have to wet it, and I have to still do, I started doing where it gathers, and I'm not wearing a bra. So yeah, this started off as something, and I had another panel. So I gotta decide what I'm gonna finish making of this. But this is what I made. So yeah, see? And it has different colors. It's on the wrong side right now, but I think it looks good. The only issue is the sides, you know, working like underneath the arm and working in the sides, how the sides are going to be. The thing is that this is for a skinny person. I'm not thin like this, but I had to add another panel to like extend it out because, you know, I got big boobies, and you know, got a little meat on me. So if I put it on the right side and using cotton, so it's, you know, can get yarn on a whole. If you have a lot of yarn and working with yarn, it gets, you know, all over the place. But yeah, and then it was like matching up the colors and how I wanted the colors. But what do you guys think? And I added these extra panels because I wanted it to be long. And then you can reverse it and wear it on this side. So yeah, yeah. And these are just the granny square patterns that I did. Like, and then, you know, attaching them. But going forward, now I know, this is my first time making this together, to make the squares bigger, because if I had made the squares bigger, then I wouldn't have to add on another panel. But yeah, this is something, so got to finish up that project. So three different projects here that I gotta finish. And yeah, so I've been doing that like in the evenings, and when I'm watching TV. What's going on, Lucky? Lucky, wanna say hi? Come here, boo boo. Say hi. Say hi. You coming? You coming? Hi, boo boo. Hi, Lucky boo boo. Hi, Lucky. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I am here, and so I just wanted to come on live and just say hi and touch in. There's so many things things going on. So guess what? I have a cough again. So I was telling my mother that I think I figured out what the cough is. So I keep saying, why am I getting this cough like a lot this year, right? And so when I get this cough, I hate getting coughs because the coughs linger longer than any other illness, I think. And I'm like, okay, certain foods that I eat, it's the food, people. It's the food. Certain foods that I eat, I notice certain things. So, that being said, I thought about it at first and I'm like, no, it has to be this. Keep track. My advice would be keep track of the foods that you eat, especially when your body is telling you something else. And it's the cheese. As much as I love pizza, and you see me guys make pizza, I post it on Instagram and sometimes on TikTok, the video, you know, but mostly Instagram. It's the cheese. And here's the thing, guys. Thanksgiving, this past November, I went to one of the stores, right? Because around Thanksgiving time, you know, we really don't do holidays, but I wanted to make mac and cheese. So because they figure a lot of people, especially African American people, make mac and cheese. I think everybody in the United States make mac and cheese. I want to say 99, 98. I'll give the couple of percentage. 98% of people make mac and cheese during Thanksgiving. So I went into this particular store, not my regular store I normally go into, and they had the cheese. The cheese were normally around, cheese now is anywhere from $4 to 10, depending on the size of the bag or what have you, or even 12. But cheese used to be $2 and something cents. Now regular is $3.89, $3.99, 4. Sometimes when you buy one, get one free, it's whatever. But anyway, to make mac and cheese, I buy the block cheese, right? All the cheese were on sale, especially the block ones, for like $1.79 or something like that. So my first instinct was, whoa, that's extremely low. And I was like, okay, maybe they're doing that because, they want people to buy it up, right? Okay, so I fell for it and I bought it, right? Because I was like, okay, it's a good deal, especially when things are so high in the world right now. We need a little break, kind of attitude. When I got home and making making my little roux and whatever, it took a long time for the cheese to melt. And then when I cut up some of the cheeses to put on top of the mac and cheese as well, it wouldn't melt. I was like, what the heck? Am I the only one that notices that or noticed that? But anyway, I was like, no wonder it was so cheap, really. And I was like, what is going on? But so then I realized that I had the cough. And there's another product that I like to eat. And I noticed that when there's a couple of places, and I buy this yogurt thing at one of those fast food places, and I like it because it has the fruits in it. But I noticed that when I eat it, it's like my body is telling me that certain foods I can't eat anymore. Let's just put it like that, okay? Because the foods that we used to eat is not the same food, people. It's not the same food, but that's a whole long conversation right there. But I am beginning to keep a track of what it is that I'm eating, how I'm feeling, because I can't even eat some of the like the burgers and stuff that are for vegans or for, you know, people who don't eat meat, but it gives me a headache. So, but I have been eating meat more than usual this year also. I have been dabbling in the meat as well because I'm like, okay, let's try the meat. And I can tell you this, I am not eating any more chicken. Chicken is not chicken, people. I don't care what anybody says, it's not chicken. Unless you are raising the chicken and you can see it's a chicken and you X the chicken and cut up the chicken and all that, you see the whole process yourself, then you can say it's chicken. Otherwise, I don't think it's chicken. And I'm not really a chicken person up here anymore. I stopped eating chicken a long time ago, but then I'm like, let me try because it looks so good. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yeah, this doesn't taste like chicken. And I've spoken to several people, hundreds of people. I'm exaggerating with hundreds, but a lot of people, and they all agree chicken is not chicken. Unless you see it's a chicken for yourself, it's not chicken. But anyway, I'm so bored. I'm so bored tonight. I have stuff to do as far as finish up my crochet projects, but I'm not in the mood because I was going like gung ho strong for nights, going to bed after midnight. If you know, then go. Go tell somebody. Because every crocheter, every knitter knows what I'm talking about. That you're working on a project and you're like, okay, I'm so tired. Okay, I'm so sleepy, but I gotta finish this. I gotta finish this because you wanna, get further into the project. And so I have been having like late nights and then to get up early and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I think I'm just, and I think I just want to go somewhere. But like I was saying on my TikTok live, It's like it's hurricane season also, but that shouldn't stop anybody from taking time. So I don't know, guys. And then I was thinking of going to the pool, but then I'm like, I don't know what time the pool closes. And most likely I would probably have to walk to the pool. It's nice to walk, nice out, but it's been raining a lot also. So what are you guys doing on a Friday night? Then I started thinking, what would I be doing on a Friday night if I wasn't in town? Probably eating out late or sitting around, hanging around anyway. There's nothing good coming on TV, like I said. Except for over there, the house is pretty much tidy. I already did laundry earlier this week. I could do some more, but I'm like, yeah, so Lucky and I are just laying down here. Don't really want to go outside into the garden, even though the garden is my my other happy place. But there are lots of little bugs biting me up outside again this year. I don't know what it is. And then I just found out that one of my neighbors maybe have moved, and I didn't even know that they moved. The people, remember I was telling you about the boys that were throwing eggs at my house? Well, apparently they moved. Because I see some new people, and I'm like, who are those people? But the interesting thing is that by seeing those people cleaning up the yard, I'm like, that's actually my yard. My fence doesn't go all the way to my property line because the fence guys didn't want to put it all the way up because the people in back of me built their little deck thing up to their property line, but mine goes up to that deck. And they didn't want to put it up against the deck. So I said, okay, leave a little space. They leave a big chunk of space. So the good news is that they think it's their property, so they're mowing and cleaning it up. I don't care. But property-wise line, it is my property. So it's interesting because I didn't think about it, but here's a tip for everyone. When you're buying a house, look all the way in the backyard because we have some little things, I guess, where all four houses meet, like a little water access, for the water, like a little thing that's blocking the fences. So I told the guys, like when we first moved in, put the fence like curve way against the thing, but because the thing is on both sides of me, of the fence, they didn't want to curve the fence and then do that. So, but then when I look at, I was the first person on this block to put up a fence, and so everybody else, almost everyone has a fence now, and next door, anyway, the people a couple of houses down, they made a curve because I think maybe they have one of those little pothole things too in their backyard. Next door came to me one time talking about they want to put up a fence, and they haven't put up a fence, but because here we go again, the way that they build these houses here, the person who built next door house on this side, they built their house right up to their property line, didn't even leave any space. So here we go again with the fence people. The fence people told me that they didn't want to, because of my property line, to build the fence, it will go right like that much space between their house. And he didn't want that in case they wanted to, like, and I said, fine, that makes sense. So technically, again, over there is part of my property as well. But if you look at my house and look at the fence, you would think that it's not my property, but it is because the fence comes in this much real time outside line, from where the property line is. So technically, they can't put up a fence either because it would be, they can if they want to, but it would be right close to their house. It would have to be touching their house at the corner, and yeah, and it would be that much space, walking space. So I said I agreed with them, but I thought about it when they were proposing it to me, and I was like, yeah, leave a little space in case we need to walk in back of the fence and what have you. So the same neighbors, they're actually lucky because they have a fence from me and they have a fence on their other side, but they don't have a fence in the back. I think the house two doors down wanted to get away with that, right? Like to just put up like a back fence because they had fence on both sides till the neighbor in back of them because I saw the whole thing go down to the neighbor in back of them was like, oh heck no, we paid for all sides of the fence, get your own fence. So then they thought they were finished, and then I see the guys come back to add in. It's only fair unless you talk to your neighbors about it, but you never know if you're going to live in the house any longer. And I'm sure if we are no longer living here and people see what the real property line is, they can deal with that mess and probably extend it out. I did think about extending out the back of my fence, but I was like, oh gosh, that's more lawn to cut, to be quite honest. And yeah, so it's a good size backyard. I need to actually call the fence people to see if I took the warranty or if they can come out and fix the fence because the storm did lean over the back. And what I have been doing throughout the years is going like to Home Depot or something and buy like a couple of panels and just replacing the bent ones and putting up new ones. But I didn't realize there were so many bent ones out there right now. So it's not a priority because nobody has money for that because putting up a fence is expensive. And that's why I was doing the individual ones. But there's a whole bunch of individual ones, especially on this side. Like, I noticed it more on this side. Like, what's going on this side? So I guess because it sunks down and then come back up, I don't know. You know, like when the wind and the storms come. But yeah, yeah. Had to get the fence because of the dogs, but then the dogs still, when the door opened, they speed off. Yes, they still ran or whatever, but it's also to protect them from other dogs, because we have lots of deers here in Georgia. So sometimes when you're driving in the morning or what have you, you see a lot of deers. And then the realtor lady was the one when I bought the house, she was like, oh, nobody's really putting up a fence because it will block the scenery and from the animals running free. So I bought it and I was like, okay, until I noticed that the dogs, you know, my dog Mojo at the time just kept running all over because he wanted to explore. And then when I got lucky, we had both dogs. I was like, but we had the gate. I think we put up the gate, the fence, within a couple of months of buying the house, something like that. Yeah, it was quick. It was quick because I was like, oh no, that was like a top priority at the time. But yeah, but what are you guys doing on a Friday evening? Are you going out to eat? Are you hanging out with your friends and family? Are you on TikTok? Are you on social media? Like, is anybody doing anything fun? It's so boring right now. I'm so bored right now. And you're probably like, you're so bored that you're talking to us. Yeah, yeah. But it's a happy board. It's a happy time to talk to you guys because I haven't caught up in a long time. Still rocking the low haircut. Let me tell you guys, you have to be a strong person to rock a bald haircut, a courageous person to rock. And it's interesting how some people come up to me, like this lady came up to me at the market because she's one of the vendors and she happened to see. It's just how people subtly asking you because they're not sure if you're sick or something like that or whatever. And then another lady told me that she's gonna cut off all her hair, and then she used to and what have you. I'm seeing a lot more bald women out there, but I'm telling you guys, it takes a strong person because you get all the but I'm so used to it now. But then sometimes I forget that my hair is so low, especially when I'm going to like church events or something, and I'm like, I'll wait till it grows back a little bit or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I am thinking of growing it back out and then, but I'm loving it because in the summertime, and then people are telling me that that the look suits me, that, that's just the ice from the ice machine from the fridge. So yeah. But who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it's quick and easy, not really adding any products or anything like that. And but yeah, because when I had the red color in my hair and I loved it, um, I was like getting headaches, and I was like, is the product giving me a headache? I'm not sure, but I didn't want to let it go on. And then I wanted to, I already told you guys why I cut off my hair and everything. And but I'm like, okay, let's give it a try and see if I still have the headaches. But not really, but I was getting the headaches from eating other foods. Like, interesting. The foods are not the same anymore, people. If I can just grow all my food myself, I really would. Like all the foods that we eat, I really would. I really would. Um, yeah, yeah. I think we're all gonna go back to agriculture. So whoever is already farming and doing agriculture and doing their own gardens, you're with me. You're one step further, you know? Yeah, there's some people that I see on YouTube that said they don't want to go to supermarkets anymore. They want to, but they have lots of land and property to do that. And it doesn't matter because I've seen pictures of people like in apartments in New York and the whole place is filled with, um, you know, their gardens. So it doesn't matter. And I think I say this 100 times every week with all the people that I've meet. It doesn't matter if you have a house or an apartment, start growing your own food. Yeah, it's so rewarding. So today, you can see the pictures on Instagram. Today, I harvested, thank you, Lord, some raspberry and blueberries today. I am so thankful to God. Only God is providing. I can tell you that right now. Only God. And so I am so thankful, so thankful. Yeah. So everything is planted out there. It's a matter of waiting patiently, and it's something that we all have to do in life too. Like, So yeah, we give something to God, and we just have to just wait patiently for the answer and wait for the results. And I think a lot of times we don't wait and try to do stuff. So gardening has taught me to see the beauty and appreciate the beauty of what God has created, right? And to just enjoy the process. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's so miraculous too, because technically, blueberry requires two blueberry trees, two blueberry bushes to inaugurate themselves. You know what I mean? That's not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. And to pollinate, right? They need two. I started with one. I think the third or fourth year, I had a second blueberry, and it died off quickly. And I was like, okay, so you know what that blueberry bush is doing? It created its own other, like, more branches, like more roots came out, like to psych itself out to say that it's two. Isn't that something? I was like, so last year I was like watching the blueberries, trying not to let the birds get it. And so, but then I planted 2 years ago or three, the raspberry bush. That is taken off as well. So for all the people out there trying to do a garden, it's a learning process. But here's the thing. A lot of the things in my garden work well with each other. The peach tree works well with blueberries. The lemon balm, like that whole area, they're all supposed to work well with each other to help each other to grow more. So the lemon balm is next to the blueberry bush. So I wonder if that's pushing it along as well, as long as the peach tree. But the peach tree has to come down because haven't gotten any peaches from it, and I can see the root of the tree is rotting now. So that has to eventually come down. I'm thankful that we had it. It start to pollinate little peaches, but some worm or infestation always gets it. I don't know what it is. As far as the strawberries, haven't had a full harvest of strawberries. So what I do is that I give back. So every strawberry, I think I may take one, but something is eating it up. So what I do is that I will harvest them and pick them, especially if I see that they're good, and then I will leave it for the birds and everybody else out there to eat it. That's what I would do. The raspberries are coming in. Oh my God, I'm so thankful for that. Last year, they were tiny ones. The trick with the raspberries, because in the corner of my fence that I mentioned before is, one of those potholes. There are wild blackberries and raspberry growing back there. That I leave for the animals and deers or whoever want to eat that, because that is technically on majority of my property line, but I just leave it because it's in the middle of all four corners of all four houses. So we just all leave it there. Yeah, the new people in back of me, they started cutting it down or moving it more, a little bit over. But I went back there because I was trying to take off some of the stuff off the fence, and I saw how much blueberries. I'm not sorry, how many blackberries and raspberries are on the bush in the corner. I was like, wow, and I was like, just leave it for the birds or somebody. But anyway, the thing with raspberries that I've come to find out from last year and from watching videos, cut back. Don't be afraid to cut back. So I take my scissors and I cut the whole bush low. That's how I started off in the beginning of the year. And it spread like wildfire and it's producing more, because the thing with raspberry is that you can leave it to grow tall or short. It's still growing tall, but I did start off cutting it back, and now it's spreading like the mint and the lemon balm, they spread. I also come to find out that with have my perennial bed that has the sage, the thyme, the oregano. Those are all perennials that will last. You don't have to do anything with them. They just leave them there and they grow back. I mean, once they start producing seed, I just cut them low, but they're there for eternity, I think. So yeah. So with lavender, because lavender is in there, because lavender, works good with the oregano and the sage next to it. A lot of these things work well next to each other. So I'm like, how come my lavender? I want to have like a big area full of lavender. How come my lavender is not? So I look up videos, whatever. So what I started doing this year is that I would, the past couple of years, cut off the lavender, but I started cutting back the entire thing low. Once I harvest the lavenders, I started cutting it low. The moment I start cutting it low, it started growing back more. So my whole point is that don't be afraid to cut off the whole thing, especially with my roses and the ones in the front and the one in the back. I cut the roses, especially the ones in the front, because if I don't cut it, it would be blocking the door. So I cut it. I cut it very low and trim, and they grow back so beautifully. So it's like, it's a learning process. It's a learning process, because I was like, oh, that's how you operate. Oh, okay. And then on this side of the yard, there's so many wild things growing. I don't even remember planting half the stuff. Try to keep track, but then I'm mowing the lawn and I'm like, oh wait, there's something that looks like it could be something. So I just leave it. And then I forgot that I had foxgloves, those beautiful flowers. And I was like, did this grow on its own? And I thought it was pumpkin the whole time because it has similar leaves. So yeah. So and then having a garden, you have to upkeep it. And I was just telling someone that one of the vendors, like, if everybody in our family just helps us just to get it to where it is. Our only job would just be maintaining the weeds and getting it and whatever, you know. It's a team effort, but when you're trying to do it by yourself, because a lot of people in your family may not care about the garden, it takes longer, you know what I mean? But yeah. Other than that, Lucky's here next to me. Lucky, you want to say hi? Say hi, boo boo. He's tired. I know. Sweet baby. Mm. Say hi. You okay? Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. My baby. Oh. So yeah, guys. What else has been going on since I last did it? Because I've mostly been doing shorts and not full vlog videos. And yeah, just here. Just here. Yep. He wants to lay down back. Okay, lay down. Okay. Um so yeah, just keeping track of the foods and what's making me sick, because I'll give an example. Not to touch too much on the food, but yeah, I was gonna say Cheetos. I'm eating a bag of Cheetos. Haven't eaten in a long time, and it gave me a headache. And I'm just like, oh, people don't realize that it's the red food coloring. A lot of people are aware of it already, and I think FDA was trying to do something about it, but I don't think they made a final decision. But anyway, that's my soapbox on the food and trying to keep. But I'm still overweight because I love sweets. That's a fact. That's a fact. I love sweets. And yeah, but even to cut back on the sweets, I need to do a better job of that as well. Haven't really been working out that much, trying to get back into it. But like I said, it's just been raining so much. And when I do work out, it's already so hot. But you're probably saying, like one of my aunts said, oh, but you can do indoor. I am not motivated, people. I am not motivated. The only thing that will motivate me is the beach. I am a beach person. If I had a beach, I would get up and go to the beach and swim in the beach every morning if I was able to. Yeah, that's what motivates me, is to go to the beach. Yeah, I have a pool. I want to be able to go to the pool whenever I want to. Not because I have two pools in my subdivision and you're telling me, "Oh, I have to go at this certain time and this is when it opens." Maybe I want to do an early morning swim. Hello. Hello. I don't know, but yeah. So I am not motivated here in Georgia. Let's put it like that. I have not been motivated while living here in Georgia, and I'm not the only person who feels that way. There are some people who, like if I'm driving by and I see it in a different county, everybody in their neighborhood is walking. I get it. I have to force myself, people, to get up and walk. I do. Like to do the walking exercise. I'm sitting here saying that I'm bored, but I could be at the gym. I'm at my, gym in my subdivision. I could be there too. I don't know. I gotta find something that motivates me. I don't know. I'm just bored. Just bored. I'm just bored. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like I'm talking to you guys now, and I'm like, I'm just in this monotonous attitude move this evening. It's just this evening that this came upon me, and I'm just like, oh Lord, just help me get over it, because it's like there's so many things that can be done, and I just don't want to do it. I 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 want to go somewhere. I don't know where I want to go, but yeah. But then when you look at it, I'll be doing the same thing, but at least it's a different. I think I just need a different. I need a change in scenery. That's what I need. And even if I have a change in scenery, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think when I'm finished talking to you guys, I'm just going to go outside and just stretch and just be thankful and take it all in. But yeah, yeah. I guess we can do an evening walk, but it was just raining. Let me check the weather and see, because we've been getting some surprise rain as well. Yep. Lo and behold, lo and behold, guess what? It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Because it looked that way all day long. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's all the rain. It's finally getting in. And I love when it rains, but it's like at times I just need to get out the house too. You know what I mean? And yeah. Yeah. Even when I just had my son, I didn't stay home. I was supposed to stay home, and I actually had to get out of the house and just get out. And yeah, but yeah, I had to pay for that afterwards because because I had a C-section, and then because I was supposed to be rested and I wasn't, and then they had to stitch me back up again, and I was like, oh great. But I was like, oh. Then I learned to stay home and take it easy and that kind of stuff, and yeah. But yeah, what I'm actually gonna do also before it rains is that I may just actually I'm gonna clean out one section of the garage. That's what I can do, because some of the clay projects that I did last year for the first time, I think I'm just gonna donate some of them because I don't think they're up to par. I was just doing it to see if I can do it. Now that I know I can do it, but when I'm looking at some of the pieces, I'm like, ah. But then I'm thinking, who can I donate them to? Like, yeah, because I tried giving them away. Some things. No, did I try giving those away? Yeah, I tried giving away some things at the market, like around the holiday time, like end of the year. And a lot of people were like not taking it. Some people took it, like a lot of the Christmas decorations and stuff. Some people took it. And then some people were like, they were getting rid of some of their stuff too. But I think I may do that. I may just go through all my clay projects and see which ones I want to keep. And actually, today is Friday. I think this weekend I may start back up my clay project again. Take a break from the crocheting. Start that back up because that's also relaxing as well. Don't get me wrong, crocheting is relaxing. You just want to just get the project ended, and you got to do all these little things. But I want to do some stuff because some of the kids at the market did give me some ideas and some stuff to buy. Not stuff to buy, stuff to make. And some kids did come to the market yesterday, and they did buy some of the keychains. So that's a good thing. And they were giving me ideas on some other stuff to make for keychains as well. I was like, thank you guys. So that was good. So I may start that back up depending on, yeah, I may start that back up. Yeah. And everything is right there for me to do. But in the meantime, I want to get rid of the current projects I did last year because those were not selling. And I think it's a trial and error thing, guys. So you never know what's going to sell, what person's going to want, whatever. But some things I may keep. I'm just thinking of something. But as far as the little trays and stuff, I don't know. I'm just going to go through it. But that's what I'm going to do after we go outside because I think Lucky needs a potty break as well. But yeah, guys, I'm just checking in on this boring Friday night, but I'm thankful for this boring Friday night. Don't get me wrong. The day has gone by. It's actually a chill right now. Just chilling, relaxing. Just wanted to catch up with you guys. But I'll try and do more lives here on YouTube and but stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and see you guys next time. Peace, love. Bye bye bye. Go, 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 and enjoy your Friday night. I think the thing now is to figure out how to end this live. Oh my goodness. I can never remember because each platform is different.